Focus to now some breaking news coming in. India has banned 59 apps with Chinese links, including hugely popular TikTok and UC browser, saying that they were prejudicial to sovereignty, integrity and security of our country. The ban, which comes in the backdrop of current standoff along the line of actual control in Ladakh with Chinese troops, is also applicable to other apps like WeChat and Bigo Live, and this really marks the largest sweep against the Chinese technology companies. A very well-calculated decision taken by the Indian government to ban at least 59 apps which have Chinese links. However, the opposition is questioning this move, asking whether or not it's going to benefit in the long term, or what is the message that the Indian government is trying to send to China. Let's go across to my colleague Prashant, who's joining me live on the broadcast now. Prashant, this is an important move, but the opposition is still not convinced, and rather they are also a divided house in how to really react to this move by the government.
Well, absolutely. While some say that they welcome the move of the Chinese app ban, they're also at the same time asking questions as to what exactly will happen to the donations that these Chinese firms have given in the PM CARES fund. Now, this is one of the points that are now coming forward. Manish Tiwari said on the same line, Manoj Jha of the RJD has also spoken on the same line. So this is one such demand. Now, there are 59 apps, out of which there are some which are very, very famous. There are some which has its own utility. There are some which has its own, functionality. Now, the opposition says that it took you actually a situation at the border to actually understand that this was actually creating problems as far as data is concerned. And there have been in the past instances wherein the Parliamentary Standing Committee on the IT had recommended ban on certain apps that were hailing from China. So clearly that decision was not taken back then. But in fact, I want to show you where I am right now. We are standing outside the office of TikTok here. This is the office of TikTok, which is in DLF Cyber City. We are not allowed to enter inside this building because of certain permission issues. But they are saying that perhaps none of the employees have turned up in the morning. The TikTok office was already functioning at a very low strength, and in the morning it's already, it's anyway pretty early in the morning. But the officers here say, the security person here outside of the gate say that perhaps they have not seen anyone coming to office either late at night or even in the morning. But we are expecting some people to turn up in the office in the morning to do some sort of paperwork that they are supposed to do. We will keep a close track on that, but for now the fight is raging between opposition and the government.
Okay, thanks very much, Prashant, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on that story. Let me go across to our guests who are joining me on this edition of Morning News. Shortly, we're expecting Mr. Ratan Sharda, but at the moment, I have political analyst Ravi Srivastav with me. Ravi Srivastav ji, good morning. What is your opinion really on the ban of these 59 apps which have Chinese links by the Indian government? Do you feel that this way, at least, we are making our intent clear and this is a step in coercive diplomacy?
I would call it a very, very basic and a baby step kind of a thing. Because there a need at the hour is a surgical strike. We are not, interested in this kind of a digital strike, where the government has banned some 59 apps. I asked the government that what is the reason why they have selected these 59 only? Why not Zoom? Why not Paytm? Why not PUBG? There are at least 15 or more apps which are in circulation and which are in a similar practice. Chinese apps are in the same job. They extract data, they transfer it to their own country, and that is how the China rules. It tries to rule over the world. So I think the need from the Prime Minister was some substantive action on the border, where Galwan Valley has been encroached upon, but, where the army is deployed over there. Some more action is needed.
You have to judge your adversary and see all the options available on table, and then you take these steps. On one hand, we have commander level talks going on with between the two militaries at the LAC. Even today, there is a round of talks which is going to happen. On the other, like you said, this is a digital strike or a technical strike that India can really mount on China because of the fact that Indian app market is huge, it's valuable, and we will not suffer because there are many alternatives available in the market. So therefore, it was a safe decision to really ban these Chinese apps and let them feel the impact.
I fully agree with you, Preeti. I am, in fact, myself a cyber law expert. I know very well that these apps are really, they were plenty and they are really transferring the data and all into all kind of dispute. But the point is, TikTok revenue is only 25 crores. Even if we take all 60 apps which have been banned by the government, it works out to 1,500 crores. 1,500 crores in China's income, in total revenue, is the smallest fraction, I would say 0.802%. So this is not going to impact the need of the hour is to do
Sir, I agree. You are an expert. You would know more than me. And of course, the financial value may not be humongous, but somewhere we need to make a start. Let me bring in Mr. Ratan Sharda, who's also now with us on the broadcast. Mr. Ratan Sharda, what is your, reply to cynics like Mr. Ravi Srivastava who doubt what is going to be the impact of banning these 59 apps and why only these apps when there are many others with higher stakes, with similar data collecting techniques, even now operational, and they have Chinese links?
See, but I need not answer to chronic Modi haters because they don't have logic on their side. They will just script like any, sick mother-in-law or sister-in-law. But point is, it's a very symbolic, way of telling Chinese where to get off. It's a loss of face for Chinese when those companies will suffer hugely. It is not China, it is those companies who will suffer hugely and they will create the required pressure on the government. And the data definitely goes that these are the same people who oppose this, app, Ayush app, saying that it is an invasion of privacy. Same people go naked against the international database apps where everything is exposed. Every move of yours is exposed, and we happily use those apps. And my clip is about Indian companies time and again. I have been in IT sector for 1990 since 1989. I had my own small organization. We created our own product. I have consulted a lot of companies which have their own product. It is question of funds which the companies don't get. Our own Indian companies sitting on piles of billions of dollars have not invested in products. That is the reason we go for Chinese products.
Okay.
So this impetus will allow our companies to invest where their mouth is. Why they can't invest when Chinese can invest in companies of ours?
So
and for
तीर से दो
knowledge
निशाने.
of these people, Zoom is not Chinese app.
Okay.
Zoom is
My
a
only
US app.
objection to what you said, Mr. Ratan Sharda, is on that sexist comparison of mother-in-law and sister-in-law. For Mr. Ravi Srivastava, perhaps we could use the father-in-law, brother-in-law analogy. But Mr. Ravi Srivastava, what is your reply to this? एक तीर से दो निशाने हो रहे हैं यहाँ पे. अगर कुछ बहुत बड़ा benefit नहीं है, आपके हिसाब से मैं चलूं. If I buy your argument, Ravi Srivastava, that we are not going to gain massively, I want to know what is the side effect. What is the side effect as per your understanding? Why not?
Preeti, I'm telling you, this will not impact Chinese even the slightest. Why? Another thing is, TikTok donated 30 crore to PM Cares Fund just 2 months before. So whom the Prime Minister is trying to teach it? That see, these kind of cosmetic, symbolic actions are not going to make an impact. This is a time for a real surgical strike. They have captured our land and the government has to do hammer and tongue on China for recovering their territory.
Are you doing warmongering at a time when we can handle it with talks?
Pressure is concerned, they have to cancel the big orders on China.
Are you doing warmongering at a time when we can handle the situation with talks and diplomacy, and also both the countries, in fact the entire world is fighting a pandemic? Do you think that is a better option?
Absolutely not. What I'm saying is that this kind of banning apps is not going to help India anyway. There are serious diplomatic actions, military actions are required. Those will only make an impact. If India has to
Mr. Ratan Sharda, not just Ravi Srivastava but other members in the opposition, including Manish Tiwari of the Congress this morning, raised a few questions. And he says, what about those accessing banned apps via VPN? And also, he says that this ban is more symbolic than substantive because you are not striking on other important apps like Alibaba because perhaps there is a Paytm connection. So what would be the reply on that point?
See, a beginning has to be made, it has been made. When people like Ravi Srivastava and others script about not any other action taken, do they believe that Modi is sitting on his haunches and not doing any diplomatic effort talks are regularly, new level of talks happen every time. Today there is a talk at the border between China and India. We are suffering from a pressure point. रवि श्रीवास्तव जी, मैंने आपको टोका नहीं था, आप चिल्लाना बंद करें.
Just सुन लीजिए, I have to give equal amount of time to both of you. Please, quickly, Mr. Sharda, finish your point. I have to take a break as well.
यहाँ क्या भाषण पिलाते हैं हमें? There is pressure, there is global pressure on China that it is behaving like a bully. All the neighboring countries are suffering. They are talking up to China now. And he has made a beginning.
For you.
Again, he's just...
Well, there is no denying the fact that this beginning had to be made somewhere, and this is a certain step towards coercive diplomacy, towards, in fact, conveying your intent to China. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining me in this edition of Morning News Hour. With that, we have to take a very quick break here, but news and updates will continue on the other side.